I don't know, your notes, whatever you prepared, in order to. Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
Good morning. Can you listen me?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Okay, what was I telling you? What was I saying? Because I really don't remember. Well, I think it doesn't matter. Can you hear me? Can you listen me? Okay,
Yes.
that's all what I need.
Yeah.
Right, so prepare whatever you have prepared in order to check it today, and let's begin. All right. Let's see. Dulce,
Here.
Judith,
Present.
Areli, Hugo Alonso,
Present.
Ernesto.
Here, teacher.
Okay. César. No. Miguel Iván.
Present.
Good. Anaí.
Present.
Milagros. Fabián.
Present, teacher. Here.
Abril.
Present, teacher.
Dulce. Daniela. Dulce Aurora. Y Dulce María fue la primera, esta es Dulce Aurora.
Present.
Good. Daniela.
Present.
Greisa.
Present.
Michelle.
Present.
Leslie.
Present.
Alberto.
Present.
Jesús Roberto. Ok, Alan.
Yo bien, Alberto. Present.
Ok. Saraí.
Present.
Airam. Mariela.
Present.
Lisette,
Present.
Alicia,
Present.
Ana Karen,
Karen creo que estaba en la sala de espera, teacher.
she is. Hugo,
Here, teacher.
Janet,
Present.
Benjamin,
Present.
and Ulises.
Here, teacher.
Good. Right, so what we are going to start with? What have you chosen for that? Remember that this is according with your doubts, right? To review about your doubts. I cannot take all the topics because it's going to be a lot, right? A lot of that, right? So tell me, what do you want to start with?
Teacher,
What?
I have a doubt about the topics of the exam.
Mm-hmm.
Are the phrasal verbs like an open close or something like that, or what are those?
Yeah, like an open close and phrasal verbs. It's the same. Okay, it's the same because you need to know in order to know the collocations. Okay, one of the topics I told you, one of the topics that you have to dominate first is phrasal verbs, because a lot of questions of open close, yeah, are for this kind of exercises. Okay, so you have to dominate that, right?
Okay, teacher.
And the phrasal verbs, for the phrasal verbs, okay, I have to tell you, remember that I uploaded on Moodle a document for you, a document which explains or has, right, most of the phrasal verbs. Yeah, it's an Oxford one. Okay. You want to touch that one, or you want to start watching another one? Hold on a second again. All right, so no?
I think, teacher, we want to see the models, no?
The models again? Okay. Right, models. Okay, so for the study of models, I want to open a new. Hold on, just give me a second. Okay, just give me a second so I can save a document and I can open a new one, and we can analyze it. Okay, good. Right, so about the modal verbs. Let's see what about the modal verbs. Now the modal verbs are auxiliary. Remember the first rule that you have to remember is that our auxiliary verbs, right? What's auxiliary verbs? Are these kind of verbs that are not the actions, but help the actions to be understood in a different way, right? So we have a limited number of them. I think, if I remember well, there are like nine modal verbs. I remember well, but we can name them, and depending on the modal verb, the sense or the type of the action, right? The action will change a little bit. So using a modal of future, that the action will be put but in future, right? Will be said in future. If we put a possibility, okay, a possibility model, this will make that it's not the action of jump, but the action will change. So it's possible to jump, right? And that's how it changes. As you can see, the word doesn't change. The verb doesn't change. Yeah, this doesn't change. Technically, it's the same. What changes is the time or the specific way in which this one is executed. That's what it changes. Right, so we got different types of them. We have the future one, the future models. We have the possibility models. We have the what else? The obligation models. The power models. And finally, we have the world, which this one can be considered as a what's the word? Conditional model. So the point here is to understand this type. This is what you need to know, not exactly the words. Yeah, you need to know which words go in which of these sections, but the word in that section will tell you a lot. So the importance are the type, the sections. This, okay, this is the important ones. Power, obligation, possibility, and future. That's important. Well, and we can say here in conditional. Okay. Right. So when we leave this and we move to the perfect models, it's exactly the same, but in past. Right. Now, in this case, just apply logics. Right. What kind of logics? Like this one, for example. Can in past, right? Cannot be in past because can has the past, which is the could, right? No, because we use could instead. Okay, so it's illogical to say can not have, right? This is totally wrong. It's illogical. Why? Because the same, okay, can have their own past, which is cool. So we're gonna delete some of them. Some of them are not going to be used, and some will change on the use, right? For example, the can is not. We don't put it on past because can have and must have are the same. Okay. So for not giving a similar meaning, we are just going to use must. Okay, just must. We're gonna delete can have and just must. Okay. But what about the negative? Well, in the negative, okay, in the negative, we're gonna have can have versus have versus mustn't have, okay, are the same. But in this one, what we are going to delete is the mustn't have. This doesn't exist. Okay, so the ones that exist are must have and can't have. Must have for positive, can't have for negative, right? And for past tense in power, we have the could have. Yeah. Technically, for the normal way on can, we're gonna use could. So in this case, we see that some of the modal verbs are not used in the perfect models, right? That's one of the examples. The other examples are will, okay? And we may say that the rule is this one. Okay, we cannot use will have because will is future, and the use of perfect is telling us past. Yeah, totally illogical. Yes, so that's it. We cannot use a will or shall because those words means future. And with the have, we try to say past. So it's totally logical to say will have, for example, shall have. Okay, totally illogical. It's not possible for them. Yeah, so many of the words are not used, but most of them are used, right? For example, all the possibilities, which is the may and might have, may have. Obligation, that's what we have watched here, right? Must have or can't have for negative. We don't use the hadn't had. Hadn't have it's not possible. Okay. Yes. But the other one that we can use is the should, right? So let's put in here modal verbs that can be used in perfect. We have the could, we have the can't, we have the must, we have the might, we have the may, and we have the will. Okay, I think these are all. The should also. Should. Right? In the other way, we have modal verbs that cannot be used in perfect. Okay, so for this, we got the will, the shall, the can, the mustn't, technically, and there's another one that is left. Yeah, have to. Yeah, ought to. Right. So these are not allowed on the negative, on the perfect form. This can on the perfect form. This cannot. But remember, all this I'm telling you on perfect forms. Okay, these are just for perfect forms. Is that clear?
Yes, teacher.
Right. So what else? And the meaning imperfect is exactly the same meaning of the type, is this meaning, okay, but in past tense. So may have, that's a possibility in past. Might have, possibility in past. Must have, an obligation that was in past, right? Or that is in past. Yeah. The should have is a recommendation on the past. Well, it's the same. It's exactly the same. What changed it is that it was, not now. It was, right? Okay. What else? Is that clear? We can move, or do you need to know something else?
Maybe an example, teacher.
Example of what?
We use these models in a sentence or something.
That's the example. She might have a possibility in past. She might have, right, done his homework. Okay. Well, let's put here must. It's better. For example, she must have done his homework. Why? Because she has not, right? Or she doesn't have. All right, now. So this was an obligation that she had in past. It was an obligation for her. She must have done a homework. Or a possibility one that may have worked. Okay, but I don't know why it failed. Right? So all the things gave me the possibility to work in past. That had to work, right? It was a possibility to work in past. But I don't know why it failed now. So it failed. So now it's not real. That action is not real, right? So the possibilities were in this way. Should have, you should have dated her. Now she has a boyfriend. Okay. So what's this? This was a suggestion in the past, right? So I suggested him, or I suggested you to date her. Why? Because she's beautiful, because I don't know, she was like a good girl. I don't know why, right? But a recommendation of my recommendation to you was to date her in the moment. You didn't. You said, no, I don't want. All right. Well, now she has a boyfriend, right? Now is not a possibility. And that's it. This is a recommendation in past. This was a possibility in past, and this was an obligation in past, depending on what you want to say. What else? Can have. Can have is the same that must, but in negative. Okay, that can't have happened. Okay, he didn't drink. Okay, maybe for example in an accident, right? That can't happen. Okay, it's not. It was not possible to happen. All right, there was no obligation of happening, or in the other way, that was obligation to not happen. So how was it possible? Well, it happened, right? So that's a negative form of must. That could, it could have been better. So there was a power for being better, right? Okay, so you had that had the power to make it different, but didn't. Okay, the options were low. That's how you use them. So I'm putting the, what is this? Obligation, same. What is this? Possibility. What is this? Suggestion. What is this? Okay, obligation, negative obligation. And what is this? It's a power. What in past? Obligation in past, possibility in past, suggestion in past, negative obligation in past, and power in past. That means that now is not happening. That happened, but not now. That's it. Okay? Or not?
Yes, true.
Okay, guys, what else? That's clear. So, any other question about it? About what? Reading. About reading. What do you know? What do you want to know about reading? Yeah, obviously. It's going to be any kind of reading. So I can take from here any kind of reading that I would like. And yeah, it's going to be the reading that I want. Okay, so I can put any kind of reading that I would like to be, that I will think that is interesting, or is a topic that I like, or whatever. Okay, maybe it can be general knowledge, general topics. Okay, world culture, can be also history, can be also geeky stuff, whatever. Yeah, so the reading is simple. The reading is just read. What? And the use of English, as I told you yesterday, is the general use of that, right? Like in that case, okay, we can include that collocations. And we also can include, for example, the better word, all right, to explain something. Yeah, it's general. I cannot say a clear example of that, but it's like, for example, I can tell you questions, right? Like, for example, you want to invite a boy, okay, to go on a date. Yeah, but you, right, are not sure of how to start that conversation. Okay, what would you say? This is general knowledge, right? How would you say that? Right? With what are the right words or the better expressions to do that? This has not a right answer or a wrong answer, but I will take in count your answer depending on the situation and depending on your use of the vocabulary or the use of grammar. So, for example, in this case, what would you say?
It is like, excuse me, I'm wondering if you would like to go on a date with me.
Exactly, right? So, for example, excuse me, right? I wondering is wrong, okay? But I'm not going to take in count this,
Okay.
right? So it will be, I wonder if you would like to go out with me. Now, that's something important, all right? You don't ask a person, you don't ask, hey, I wonder if you want to go on a date with me. It's like you're talking like a robot. Okay, hey, I wonder if you're going on a date with me, affirmative or negative, all right? Now, technically you say in this way, hey, I want to go out with you, right? That's it. That's the right expression. So, for example, I can take in count, first of all, how you start a conversation. Second one, the vocabulary. The right way to use it is I wonder, right? Third one is, for example, the use of any grammar stuff like comparative. Comparative. What is this? Conditional. And the third one is expression. To go out with me, right? Yes. This is what I take in count. Now, this is an example. It's not exactly if I'm going to put this, but an example, right? I can tell you a question and you have to tell me the best way to say that. How you will say that. In this case, you have to be technically the use of English is to apply in a real situation all of this. Okay, all this apply in a real situation. Yes? That's what I'm going to measure that. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Another question will be, for example, okay, you are lost. Okay, or for example, North American, okay, a North American is lost on your city, okay, right? For example, let's see. I know I will put a right example. He is at Eiffel Tower in Gomez, and he wants to get to Martins. Okay, I don't know, Gomez also, right? What instructions would you tell him? All right, like that's an example. So number one, what structure would you use here? What grammar structure is necessary here? When you give instructions to a person, what kind of grammar structure you say? No? You can imagine one? Come on, it's easy. No? Okay. You have to think on this way, all right? So in Spanish, for example, Alberto, tell me in Spanish how you say that, how you give instructions. Maybe I want to go to the OXXO. So tell me instructions on how to get there.
Well, I don't know what Martins is really, but well, to give instructions to someone.
Yeah, I mean to an OXXO, I don't know, whatever, what you want.
Well,
Martins is a restaurant here in Gomez.
Let's say you're in downtown. Well, the North American is in downtown, and the OXXO is like four streets away, north or something. And hey, you wanna get to the OXXO? Well, first you take this street, and I don't know the name really.
Exactly. All right. So you said first you get this street, right? So what grammar thing are you using there?
What grammar am I using there?
Yeah, you are giving him what?
Well, instructions now and indications.
What are indications?
Yeah, indications.
What are indications?
Indications.
Grammar.
Are they verbs? No.
Verbs? No. Okay. Yes. Okay. Right. Technically, verbs. Yeah, but verbs is not the structure. Verbs is the word.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But what structure you're using? What structure starts with a verb? You just have to think. You know the answer. You know the answer.
Simple present?
No.
No.
No. It's called imperatives. What are imperatives? What are imperatives?
Literally like orders, no?
Exactly, orders. So how you say that? How would you give him the instructions? Okay. Listen, this is not right, but it's what I want you to answer. Take the street 11, turn right, and walk for about 3 blocks. At right side, you find the OXXO. That's it. That's what I want. Right? That's what I want. Imperative, imperative, imperative.
Imperatives, okay.
Imperatives, right? So these are
Right.
general English that is real English that is going to help you on your daily life. That's use of English. That's the real English. It's not class English. It's real English. Real English, right? How you gonna apply that? Imagine that this section is about getting into the United States, getting in the United States and having to needing to have conversation with people there. That's it. It's how you will say that things are for real, right? So there are not going to be a lot of questions or not hard at all, but it will be good for you to start studying a little bit this, right? Start studying the use of English, the real use of English, the real expressions by which people commonly communicate. Will be good. It will be good, and I really suggest that. Okay,
Okay, teacher.
right,
Right.
Okay, so what else? That's clear, right? So that's use of English. Is that question, is your question answered well? I don't know. I remember who asked it then. Yeah, did I answer well? Lady? I don't know who. What lady? Okay. So we can go with another topic. What else do you want to see? What else? What else? We have seen modals. We have seen use of English. What else, guys? Okay, I have some chats here. Ready, or you want to see something else? The part of what? Yeah, what do you want to know about the part of a speech? Parts of a speech. Tell me, what do you want to know? It's better if I know what to touch specifically, right? Okay. Parts of speech, you said? Okay. Right. So this is the easiest topic of all. Parts of speech. So what's parts of speech? Parts of speech are the words, okay, the general words that we use in grammar. All the words that we use in grammar. For example, every single word that you think on is a part of the speech. So tell me a word. Give me a word. Give me a series of words. Come on, a series of words. Give me. Tell me. No doubts.
Get around in the street.
What?
Get around in the street. Get around in the street.
Words, not sentences. Words. What? Road? Road or run. Okay, what else? Give me words. Come on, words. The words.
Slowly.
What? Only. What
Slowly.
else? Lonely. Sun.
Red.
Slowly.
Slowly.
Fast.
Interesting. Okay, come on. Words. Think randomly on words. Since. That. Since. About. Okay, give me 5 more. For. Late.
Will.
Okay, with other ones is fine. So every single word that you think on, it's a part of a speech, has to be a part of a speech. Now, parts of a speech are okay, the words, all the words that we know. All right, so all the words have specific type of, right? We are talking about types of words here. Yes. So, road, what type of speech is that one? It's a noun. Okay. A noun. Run, verb. Only, what is only? Only is adverb. Lonely, adverb. Sun, noun. Slowly, adverb. Interesting,
Adjective.
adjective. Since, adverb. Adverb or no, yeah, you're right. It's a conjunction. That.
A conjunction.
Technically, it's a conjunction.
Yeah.
Since.
Noun.
Nouns. About.
Conjunction.
No, well, about is a word that can have more than one. All right.
Preposition.
It's a preposition.
Preposition.
Mostly a preposition. Okay. For. Preposition. Right. Late. Adjective. Or also can be adverb. Will can be more also. Can be auxiliary, can be verb because it's auxiliary. Or can be also a noun. Okay. Yes. So these are the parts of the speech. What you have to know is what are you saying in that. Now, what are the parts of speech needed for? They are needed for building sentences, all right? So we know are important because when I tell you, or when well, for example, when I tell your classmates from other grades, from other lower grades, I tell them the structures of grammar with this, all right? Now, in grammar, for example, we say like this, right? How is present, or well, present, negative, interrogative, progressive, right? So if we say that, right? How is that? Well, then I explain the subject. The subject is always a noun or a pronoun, right? Subject plus, well, it's interrogative, right? So it's auxiliary, okay? In negative, plus, it's progressive. Subject plus verb gerund plus complement, right? So that's it. So it's important to know this because then okay, we work with structures in grammar. So knowing the parts of speech is necessary for grammar, right? Because if you don't understand what is this, if you don't understand this mathematical composition, then if you don't understand, all right, technically like the numbers, all right, the parts of the speech, you are not going to understand this, which is the mathematical composition. So it's technically maths, right? It's technically maths. You need to know the numbers in order to make integratives, right? So in this case, you need to know, or to make sums. In this case, you need to know the parts of the speech to make sentences. It's the same. So that's what is important for it. And that's all the topic. This is all the topic. This is all the topic, right? To identify the parts of the speech. That's it. That's it. Not hard at all. Just to know what kind of word you're using. To know that a noun is the name of a thing or a person. To know that a pronoun replaces the noun when we already know who we're talking about. The adjective describes. The adverb describes adjectives or verbs. What else? The verbs are actions. The auxiliaries are verbs also, but not action verbs. The conjunctions match to sentences, to clauses. The interjections gives expressions or sounds, all right? And many things like that. That's what you need to know just. So for example, divide me this sentence in parts of a speech. Last week, I went with my family on a cool vacations, on cool vacations. Those were handled in the I don't know, Foforrufi beach. This beach is located in North Carolina. Well, not California. And it's so cool because I met a lot of interesting people. So it is, all right. Okay, so divide each of one of the words into parts of speech. What is last?
It's a preposition, teacher?
No, description.
Description. Oh.
Description, adjective. Weak. Noun. I. Pronoun. Went. Verb. With.
Verb.
Preposition. My.
Noun.
Adjective.
Nouns.
Family.
Okay.
Noun. On.
Preposition.
Preposition. Cool.
Adjective.
Adjective. Vacations.
Noun.
Noun. Those. Preposition. Where.
Is a verb.
A verb. Handed.
Verb.
Verb. In.
Preposition.
Position.
A.
Article. What?
Article. Foforufi.
Interjection.
Noun.
Oh, no.
Noun. This. Preposition. Beach. Noun. Is.
No.
Verb. Located. Verb. In. Preposition. North. Description. Adjective. California. Noun. And. Conjunction. It. Pronoun. Is. Verb. So. Adverb. Cool. Adjective. Because. Conjunction. I. Pronoun. Met. Verb. A. Article. Lot. Lot is a quantifier, but the quantifiers are, I don't remember what exactly are quantifiers. I will tell you later. I think they are conjunctions of preposition. Interesting. Conjunction. Interesting adjective. And people. Noun. Okay. So everything that you say, everything will count with the parts of speech. Everything. The parts of speech are all the types of words. And guess what? There are 9 types of words, exactly like the maths. Exactly like in maths. There are 9 types of words. So that's it. That's what you need to know about it. No big deal. Indeed. Okay. Clear or not clear? Or you want to say something else about it? Okay, so that topic is clear. What else? What other topic you want to touch? So tell me. Nothing else? Okay. Well, so the next steps are the reading strategies, which is reading. It's not big deal. I just explained that. The reported speech is the reported speech, what we saw, right? Just put all the past, and also the square that we saw in the last class. That's the important one. The phrasal verbs. Okay, phrasal verbs. That's general phrasal verbs. I mean, just the most popular or the ones that you can listen more. Use of English. I explained that. Collocation is part of use of English. Is the word that fits better with one. Connectors is you have a document on Moodle with the connectors, all the connectors, right? So from that I will take the questions. The models are explained, the parts of speech explained. So everything looks clear, right? So if nothing else to do here, then we see tomorrow in order to take the exam. Okay, remember, I will explain again. The exam will be opened for you on the hour, right? On the hour of class, and we'll finish the delivery on the hour of finishing class. Exactly, that's going to be the schedule, right? So don't be late. Fix everything that you need to fix. Be ready and see you tomorrow. Okay? Well, not see you. Actually, not see you because we are not going to have class, but good luck. Okay? Any questions? Questions related with exam, right? I can answer them by Telegram. Yes, okay. Not questions about the answers. Yes. Okay. Right. See you tomorrow then.
See you, teacher. Have a nice day.
Bye. See you.
Yeah.